What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Draya Michelle is 39 years old. I don't know if you would call her an IG model. Some of you can refer to her as a real model, as a influencer, whatever you would like to consider her to be. I guess for the purposes of this video, that is what she will be. But one thing is for sure about Draya Michelle is that she's in a very controversial and compromising position. Why would you say that, O'Shea? First of all, Draya Michelle has like 2 children by 2 different men, never been married. Let Gilbert Arenas tell it. She's been possibly around the block a few times. Dated athletes, it didn't work out. Tyrod Taylor recently before Jalen Green. And, to be honest, with a lot of guys that are currently in the sports scene, she doesn't seem that that she's being taken so seriously by those men. All right, so that is the case. So 39 years old, and the guys around her age group who might even be retired or older in the game don't really look to deal with her like that. Fine. Let us examine Jalen Green. The reason why we examine Jalen Green is because with Jalen Green, family, he is 21 years old, something like that. Okay. Now, being of that age, we would have to say, wow, what do you want with a man that young? This is no different than when Marcus Houston got with his young wife. People were trying to say, he was a groomer. They were saying all of these things. They were saying a whole bunch of stuff about him. And I thought that was quite interesting, right? Me personally, I thought that was very interesting and very funny. However, now I want to deal with something a little bit more particular, which is her response to all of this. She is upset that people are also holding her to task. She says here, social media is used as therapy for those who enjoy sharing their real life stories. It also seems to be a source of something for those for people who comment negativity, perhaps a release of some sort. But I don't know, mean is mean, and as a human race, we got to do better. People are very mean in the comments. Besides feeling bad to myself, I would never type out my opinions to people, especially not those just trying to, like I said, survive and make the best of it. This might be a very true thing that she's saying. Might be a very true thing that she's saying. However, we got to be honest here, Draya Michelle. We know that if he was a 21-year-old man that didn't have what he has and the ability to take care of you, you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't have got pregnant by him. And you know that the young man is probably not experienced. You're taking advantage of his immaturity. Okay. And he has a lot to lose by even dealing with you. He has a lot to lose, but you don't really care because we know you're trying to get to the bag. That is the issue that we have here, because when we look at you, we don't look at you as somebody who has a lot of money. We look at him as being somebody who has a lot of money. So because that's how we see it, that's why people are critical. They don't trust you. All right. They don't trust you. They feel like that you're not really serious and that you're taking advantage of a guy. Like, think about this. If this was your son, would you trust him? Like, would you want somebody your age dealing with your 21-year-old rich son? No. And the thing is, people also are having less sympathy for women, and also society is teaching us to not have as much sympathy for women as before, because women can also do the same thing that men can do. So now people are looking at you as an equal. Like, okay, listen, if we're going to give, somebody that smoke for being, like Marcus Houston, well, we should also address you in the same light. So Draya Michelle, you're a woman, you're taking advantage of this young guy. Why are you taking advantage of this young guy? A young guy who can't defend himself. A young guy who clearly doesn't know what he's doing. A young guy that you're taking advantage of because somebody your age may or may not want to date you. And you're acting like you don't know as to why people are upset about that. Because we know what the outcome is going to happen. He's going to end up just like Brittany Renner and PJ Washington. Is going to be a mess. You know, he's going to get put on child support. Okay. You probably really don't love him. And that's what people are really concerned with. And it's for good reason. All right. Again, when women come out and they don't understand these things, listen, ladies, and I get what you're saying, but people are looking at women in the same light as they're looking at men. They're looking at women as equality. You're doing the same thing that a man is doing. So, okay, if you want to do that, we're also going to have the same criticisms for you that we would have for a man doing the same thing. Except for now, women are getting a little bit more slack about it, and it's hard for them to handle. This is the price that ladies will pay for being independent. Okay, freedom has a cost. Okay, women are free. They're free to move as they would like to move, and they can date who they want. But guess what? Now people are going to have their opinion about what's going on in your life, and guess what? Most of the people that have a criticism of her are women themselves. You'd be surprised at how many women are calling her out. Notice she didn't say all these black men is hating on me, because she couldn't say that. Most of the women saying it is discussing what she's doing are other women. And I'm going to be honest, black women in particular, okay, are on Draya Michelle's ass, because most of them know that this young man don't have a chance in hell with the older lady that knows what's going on like her. She's too experienced for him, and he's rich, and people feel like you want to use his resources because you don't have his resources. It is what it is. Everybody sees the play. You couldn't get on with a guy your age. Now you want to get on with a guy that's half your age because you want to be able to use his money. That, like, who can't see that? It's not like you're using your money to date this guy. It'd be different if, like, okay, like what Keisha Cole and Erykah Badu, we already know what they're doing. We know they're tricking, okay? We know they're tricking it off. Summer Walker, we know, and she's getting some slack too, I'm gonna cover her. We know they're tricking. No doubt about it. We know they're tricking. But you're getting tricked on. Not saying it's a bad thing, but you're getting tricked on for real, okay? Getting tricked on for real. And you'll be all right. You'll get over it. It's life. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy Shit Addiction. Back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all you. Just the bell. We're out.